I would say one of the most important things that I have experienced all the years in this business is that don't let anyone turn you down. Believe in yourself, believe in your product, and make sure that you are proud of what you're showing. I would say we are not aiming to win a gold medal. When we have received bronze and silver medals, it's a result of what we have produced for our own marketing purposes. We have a lot of exhibition around Europe where we bring these things to try and show the visitors on our stand what is possible to achieve with our tools and with the foil. And that can be packaging, that can be magazine, that can be posters, that could be all products. And when we win a gold or a silver, or we haven't won any gold yet, but a silver or a bronze medal, for us it's an acknowledgement of what we are doing. We are going in the right direction. The most exciting things about my job is mostly, I think, to create, to see what creative things can do to products, see how they can move things in a direction that we would like it to move together with our customers. Absolutely. Also, what I find very interesting is also how you can change very ordinary things to be very specialized things, just with small details included into your design. Every one of us has many hats on. We can't say that one is only doing sales, another one is only doing production. We have the idea that the many hats you can have on, the better. So the one that can raise an order can also do the D2P, can also help in the production if that's necessary. So for us, it's very important that we have many skills, each and every one of us. My day is typical talking to customer, try to find out together with the staff the direction we want to go marketing-wise for the coming year. Try to come up with new innovative ideas, visit different exhibitions, pick out stuff that I find interesting. How can we convert that into our industry? Could we maybe take a little bit here and a little bit there and do something totally new that hasn't been seen before? Because that's the only way we can survive. That's to come up with new innovative things in this industry.
export. So, and I'm mostly in contact with French customers, German, Portuguese, Italians, and so we're doing a little bit of export to many places in Europe. So I speak French, German and English, and understand the Scandinavian countries as well.
Now the last 3-4 years we have had a lot of exhibitions around Europe.
And there we meet a lot of customers. And the customers we've been dealing with for many years, and it goes also mouth to mouth.
And that's the best recommendation you can get.
So if customers know us in advance, they recommend us to other customers.
We meet a lot of designers and customers, printers, end users.
We have a lot of contacts all over Europe, and we do a lot of traveling. We're going directly to our customers and visit them.
So they know who we are.
The most important thing is actually to show them what we can do and show them new ideas and opportunities with the dies that we have. So, because there's so many different opportunities and customers doesn't know about, so that's why we're out there trying to explain it to them. We feel it's very important once in a while to really sit there, meeting each other, looking each other into the eyes and talk to them, because then, you know, we have some cooperations that should be arranged, then we can do that. It's much easier to be there, but of course it's a lot of work, it's a lot of traveling, because Europe, well, we have customers all over the place, so it is a lot of work and a lot of traveling. But it's also a very nice challenge and very exciting to visit the customers and see what they can do. So often it's a cooperation between the customer and us to find out new solutions where we can use the dies with foil and in cooperation with the paper, because it's three things that goes together. It's the die, it's the paper, it's foiling. So it really works together, and there it's very important that we meet the customer, we see what they're doing, and we try to help them to expand and to do better.
Ja, lige præcis. This feather here was produced for our exhibition in Monaco at Luxpack. To show how big dies we can do. We can actually do very big dies. But also, again, to do something very outstanding, something different. And what I experienced down there was that many of the visitors actually asked if they could buy this one because they consider it as art and they would like to display it at home. No, unfortunately you can't, but that might be the next business we should consider. This is the result of this multi-level die with the counterforce. Very beautiful feather. Quite like this one here, the poster here with all the letters. That was produced to show all the different effects that you can achieve. Each and every letter here is foiled with different foil and different effects. This zipper and the Y, that's 2 foils, and the zipper is embossed so it looks like a real zipper. But again, just to inspire the creative people so they can see what they can achieve. What I have here is actually a calendar produced out from what we call a pocket die. And a pocket die is a die where we have different possibilities. It has a base plate, as you can see, with a lot of screw holes. And then you can mount whatever you want to mount that fits the image you have. And then you have a perfect match with the embossing, so you will never have anything out of registration. That will minimize the printer's make-ready time to a minimum. So where they in the past spent a lot of time by having registration, they can with this special base plate have a minimum of registration time and perfect match.
My name is NILSON. I am a CNC programmer in Dreyer Kliche, and I take care of the CNC machine, basically CNC room. I've been working here since 2008, the end of 2008, almost 7 years now. My education, I'm a mechanical technician and also engineer technician for the CNC machines and AutoCAD drawing, all the mechanical background, yes. typically day we're doing mostly programming and machining as an engraving.
A not typical day could be a day where we have supplied customers some dies that was very urgent, and we have the customer on the phone saying, your dies doesn't work. What do we do? And we always know that things works because we always take a proof here internal in the house before it goes out, so there can be so many other factors that's the reason for why it doesn't work. So that's a case where the day is upside down instead of down and upside, because you really need to find a way to help the customer, and that could be long distance. So that's with FaceTime or Skype, so we can show what can you do, and asking into the customer's problem, where do you see the problem? Have you tried to do this? Have you tried to do that? But that will make your day very different than what you have planned from the morning.
Capacity to go really fast because our machine can go up to 60,000 RPM, okay? Which is very, very high speed. Brand new machine, a new investment. We just got 3 months or 4 months ago. Difference between these machines, we have a capacity of running a big size of the dies, which is 1,000 by 70 centimeter. All right, it's a big machine. And also the capacity of the spindle is 60,000 RPM. So we can use a very, very small tool to give a very nice details for the engraving. We'll give you a rough 300 by 300. It's gonna take 2 hours to engraving, which is really fast.
He wanted to retire and just close the company. And I said, no, don't close the company. I have a background from the advertising agency. Maybe I could do something different. So I took it over 22, 23 years ago and turned it into what it is today. I was starting with just being myself. He educated me in how to etch the die, how to develop a film, and all that very old traditional. And I would say that has given me a background, so I know what I'm doing, and I know the core business down to every corners, and that has been very, very helpful for me. Our core business is what we call cliches or dies. It's a tool for hot foiling and embossing. And it's primarily for the finishers, print finishing industry. So hot foil we supply in partnership with Foilco from England, where we're agent for them. And we have seminars, we have workshops, we have the design part where we help out with that with agencies, advertising agencies, designers, or even the end users. And then the last one is that we have the technical help on spot. We go out to the companies if they have a problem in their production and try to source it and help them out. find various material with our finishing on. That could be packaging with foil and embossing, can be just sheets with different effects. It could be our microstructure texture, blind embossing. But what you find as the first one always is that special D here. This A4 sheet here tells almost everything you can do with a tool. This one is one and the same tool, as you can see here on this table. And that is produced in one pass in the machine, where you can achieve standard flat foil, you can have texture, you can have embossing, you can have a lot of different effects in one pass in the machine by having a special die to do that work. So what you have in the Kliche is actually what you see in your print. All these different structures, we have them in our library. We have around 300, 400, 500 in the library, but we have like a catalog with different structures that you can use if you want to. So you just refer to the numbers you have on the structure card, saying I would like to incorporate structure number DK123 in that area. We do that and we produce a die with that structure. Our latest innovative thing is our SBL dies. It's a die like this where we have two images in one tool, and when you flip with that, the different images appears. That die here is a very good alternative to a hologram. A hologram foil is very expensive. The artwork for that is very, very expensive also. Plus you have to have a minimum quantity of foil with a hologram foil. Here you can go in and you can do your own images, and we imply them into the Kliche, and here you can then have a low security hologram thing. It's like a security thing. Or as effect, we have various samples of that. It could be on labels, it could be on packaging, be on your identity cards that we have also supplied it to. So that just to tell you that that's some of the things that we give to the designers. And how should they know that this is possible if we don't do samples? They will never know. So that's why we do so many samples, to show what can you do.
Maybe we're thinking we have to think a little bit, about the material. What can the material actually? It's a key point for us to know what material that we're working with. You might say that's one of the big issues, that we always know before we're starting out a project with a customer. We know what kind of material, where we can go, how far we can go, how much we can emboss or deboss. So that's one of the things that we have to know about the quality.
Designers and graphic people mainly don't have the experience in this field. Everyone is more than welcome to call us, and we will be happy to help them.
Our main product is, of course, the dies, but the die has to work with the material. So that's where we're really putting a lot of effort into. We have a lot of regular customers coming here to us, but it's my and my colleagues, our primary job is to, of course, to get new customers in. So let's see, 50% of what we're talking about, that's new biz every day. And 50% is our customer, our regular customers, where they send us in jobs to have where we can go through and see what's interesting, what the issues are, if we can obtain anything better for them, or it's a job that can just go directly to the production. The biggest challenge in my job is, of course, to create or obtain more new biz, because it's always a matter of trust where you put your work. So it's a matter of getting our new customers to feel welcomed here with us, and to acknowledge and to know that we're really handling their things, their jobs. We're quite quick, we have very efficient, and we have a rate where we almost never second to none with the mistakes. So we really try to do the utmost to the high quality, both in the dies and delivery time and the service that we're giving.
If it's our hot foiling dies or cliches, they need to have a hot foiling machine. That's not all printer houses that has that. That's primarily either big printer houses where they have many different processes, or it's a print finisher where they take jobs in from other printer houses and do the foiling, the embossing, the lamination, the UV, whatever. So that's mainly big printer houses or bookbinders or finishers. You can get a better result if you are willing to try and switch to a newer method of doing the things. And if you don't do that, you will never get the most out of the tool or the foiling process. So it's very important that you're open-minded and you want to try something new to get the most out of it. Here, everyone that walks and past this one can see if there's any orders coming through, because we have a policy saying orders has to be acknowledged within maximum 2 hours. So that could be an order, that could be a quote, and the customer is sitting in the other end waiting for either a price or an acknowledgement of that we have received the order. We raise the order here. We have the DTP that prepare all the artwork, and then they can actually here see on the screen when they have developed a film. You still use old-fashioned film here to produce some of our products. So that's an ongoing screen wall, if you can say so. With each and every job, there's like a quality note following the job. So from the very first hand, touching the order from the customer, you need with your signature to tell that you are the one who raised the order. So we can constantly follow, and each and every step will have to be approved by the person that is doing the job. So that will say when they have prepared a file in the DTP, they will sign and say, I did the file here, so another one will approve what has been done is correct. So when we have raised an order, we can say immediately if it's an order that goes to one department or to the other department. And as you can see here, this order is black. So we all in-house know this is a magnesium order. Then we have our gray boxes is for our brass orders. And then we have the last one. This is the urgent one. So if anything is very urgent, it goes to a red box. Has one staff member done the film work, another one will check that the film is okay before it goes out to production. And after the cliche actually is produced, it will be checked before it goes to the dispatch department. So it has 4 checkpoints. So we are so sure as we can be that the quality is in line with what we expect and the customer expect. But we had a job where we wasn't good enough to tell the customer that the end result wouldn't be good. Because I know that when we get an order in, it's normally the customer that decides what he wants on his job. But I also believe that we need to be so professional so we can tell the customer if we think it's not going to work. And we had a job for a pocketbook with Donald Duck. It was a front cover where they wanted multi-level embossing. Very, very nice embossing. And it worked perfect when it was blind. But it was very colorful 4-color. And when they did the multi-level embossing on that cover, you couldn't see any embossing because they were so colorful. So it killed the embossing totally. So they had spent a lot of money and time to do this tool and produce it in their printer house, and it turned out to be so disappointing. We should have seen that. So we do a lot of advisoring because we see that as a very important issue. And again, that's also a thing that take away the focus of constantly discussing price. It's more important that the tools works when it comes down to the production than they have gained 5% discount. I did that in combination with the crisis we saw in 2008. As we all know, the graphic industry in Denmark suffered very, very hard during the crisis. So where we maybe in the past had 5 different companies to sell dice to, there was only one. And I could see if we wanted to survive this, we needed to look outside Denmark. So that's where I started very concentrated to get customers outside our country. Because I think it's important, you know, where you come from. And it's also important that our customer knows that. We all know that cultures are different, and that could in some cases be an issue. For instance, as you can imagine, in the Arab countries, I can't just go down as you see me now there with my hair like this. I need to be more covered. But again, I think it's important that you know where you're coming from and you are proud of that. And we are proud of being from Denmark. We are proud of our country. We're proud of our designs. And we think we have something to offer that other maybe not have. Yeah, I will say, if you take the time to service your customers like we do, they will more or less always have a success themselves in the other end. And I think that's important. I think the reason why you see customers constantly come back and buy again and again is because they experience this service, they experience the quality, they know that we will help them. Today, business is going very good. We are so lucky that we see an increase in the market, a bigger demand on this special products where we supply the dies and the foils to. So we have a saying, untouched is unsold. And we do what we can do with our products to make sure that all products will be touched, so thereby also be sold. So you can really increase your sale by using these special effects. We have a leading star here in the company saying that we should be among the 5 biggest in Europe in the next 5 years. And I am quite sure we will get there. If we just stick to the route, what we have planned, constantly have high level of quality and service, constantly look what can we do to push boundaries, to come up with something new, I'm quite sure we will get there. What have I learned? I would say one of the most important things that I have experienced all the years in this business is that don't let anyone turn you down. Believe in yourself, believe in your product, and make sure that you're proud of what you're showing. If you're proud yourself, the customer will also be proud of the end result they get. And don't be afraid of going to new markets. It can be very scary to start opening doors in foreign countries, but do it and be sure that what you know can be beneficial for the guys that you go into. So I would say stick to your product, be good at what you're doing, and constantly try to push boundaries. Never stop. Constantly let the train drive and go with it. If you stop doing creative stuff, stop doing new innovative things, not trying to push yourself and the boundaries, you die.